Alright, today we're talking about reverse rebuilding. So what is rebuilding at the first place? Rebuilding means we are generating the indexes for all the records that we have loaded from the external data source to the connector, and then once we have the connector, we define all the dimensions, and then after that, we will generate the indexes for the dimension for analyzer purpose, when we can then analyze the data according to the dimension. Correct. Normally, rebuilding indexes is from the first record to the last record, meaning the latest record in the table itself. So first in to the table will be rebuilt first. Last into the table will be generated last. Correct. In this way, what happened is data will be available in the analyzer from the very first record till the latest record. But sometimes there is situations when the table itself is very, very big, maybe 1 billion records or hundreds of millions of records. All right, those type of table, when we want to rebuild the indexes for this kind of table, we will have to wait for a long time before the table becomes available for analysis in analyzer. What happened? Why? Is because when during rebuilding first phase, we will go one by one for each record, and then we will generate the indexes. So if we were to do the first record until the last one, those last record, which are the latest one that has been entered into the table, those latest records will be available later. Sometimes in situations where the user wants to use the report first, we want to generate in a reverse order so that the latest records become available to the user, so that the user can use the reports, the pivot tables, as soon as possible. So the way to do this is we have to reverse the rebuilding of the indexes process. To do this, we need to go to the architect, all right, all right, open up the table, all right. At the moment, I have the order table selected, all right. All right, so what happened is we go to the step after that. All right, over here, under the system, there is a loop text box here. All right, this loop text field area, text area, will allow me to key the script to reverse the rebuilding order. So the rebuilding order is very simple actually. So of course, prerequisite is you need to know cache script, and you need to know how tables are being stored in split miner and in cache. Right. For our case here, which is a user.orders table, the data is stored in the global called up arrow users.ordersd. You need to understand what is $OO or dollar orders, all right, in order to understand how this whole process works. So this script is very simple script. What I do actually is just very straightforward. I set ID equals to empty, and then I run a for loop, all right. For every loop, I will try to set the ID, all right. Set ID equals $order. I will look through the up arrow users the orders D, and then I'll pass in the ID which has been set empty, get the next subscript. All right. So to get next, but however, instead of getting next, I use my -1, which means get the previous subscript. So in this order, I'll get the last record, and then I'll previous, and then I'll loop until ID is empty, when I will actually quit. So for every ID that I get, I will pass the ID in and run the generating of the index or rebuilding the index. give you a moment to see this script, or you can pause this screen to see this script. All right, so it's very straightforward. So it depends on how your table is being stored at the backend. The script may differ a little bit. Sometimes certain tables may have multiple field as a primary key. All right, so you have to write the script accordingly. After you have set the script, click on save. Right, after save, then you can click on the process button and click compile the process button, and then you can start rebuilding already. All right, the rebuild will start in the reverse process. So how does it look like at the back end? Let me show you how it looks like at the back end. Okay, at the back end, how does it look like the script? So I go to Cache Studio, open up Cache Studio, and I change the namespace, go to the admin. Right. At the Cache Studio, I will open up the orders table, users.orders table. All right, I will compile this table, and then I'll click the view other codes, the generated code. Then I will go to Z, I rebuild. All right, and then from here I can search for that for loop. Let me look for it. All right, not this one. So, yes, it's here. So you can see it's from this Z. Let me find the next one. Yes, this is the one. So you can see it appears here. This is how it looks like at the back end. All right. So if I were to change anything, over here it will be affected. And then as I run through, it will rebuild all the records for every records, but in a reverse order. So that's it. So that's it for reverse rebuilding. Remember, the key thing is it's under the sys tab, and then you need to write the script to be able to look through the globals of where the data has been stored for this particular table. Save, go to process, compile, and then you can rebuild. After that, you can go to the terminal. Let me show you terminal. Okay, at the terminal, you can run the program. Okay, for example, our case here, you have to go to login. All right. You can run the script set exists IDX. Oh, sorry, not this one. Do set exists IDX up arrow SMBR dot SMR dot minor one. So in our case here, it's users dot orders. It's user dot orders. Like this. All right, and then press enter. Once you have run this, press enter, your data will be available to the user in Analyzer or in Dashboard as the records or the data has been reviewed or the index has been reviewed. Okay, thanks. This is all for reverse rebuilding to index in Architect.